Join PondBuild'r as we show you step by step how to install our Elite Cascading Falls kit. Our goal here is to show you how fun and creative building your own waterfall can be. So grab your favorite drink and let's get started. The first step towards building your new water feature is to remove all products from the kit box. The Elite Cascade Kit comes complete with the Basin Matrix box, pump canyon, submersible pump, check valve discharge assembly, black PVC flex hose, the Elite Cascade box, protective underliner, rubber EPDM liner, black foam, and instructions. Begin assembling the Basin Matrix box by laying one of the largest panels on the ground. Each of the 4 smallest panels can then be pushed into position by hand, noting that 2 of the panels will make the ends of the box. The other 2 will provide weight support for the rockwork. Next, take the largest remaining panel and snap it into place to create the top of the box. Finally, the 2 remaining panels will create the sides of the matrix box. The kit type purchased will determine the number and size of matrix boxes you will have in the kit. In this demonstration, 3 large matrix boxes will be used. Refer to the instruction manual provided with your kit for further details. Set the Basin Matrix box and pump canyon into position and mark accordingly so you'll know how big of an area to excavate. At this time, it's a good idea to determine the placement of the cascade box and the path that the waterfall and stream will take to enter into the basin. Using paint will help keep a visual reference of what you are working toward. Next, dig the basin area to the correct size and depth. You can use the excavated soil to build up your waterfall and stream. Complete the basin excavation by digging the area where the pump canyon will be located. Refer to the instructions included with your particular kit for size and depth requirements. Please remember to call your local utility company prior to digging to ensure that there are no pipes and cables in the area. Note, in this installation, we will be locating the pump canyon in the front middle section of the basin. Refer to the instruction manual for other layout options, as the number and size of matrix boxes used may change the depths required when digging. Remove any roots and sharp edges so they won't puncture the rubber liner. Unfold the protective underliner and lay it in the basin. Work your way from the bottom out to ensure the underliner is installed properly. Trim off any excess underliner, but keep it, as we'll be using that shortly. Next, unfold the rubber liner and lay it in the basin on top of the underliner. Again, work from the bottom of the basin out. If you've purchased one of the smaller kits, you'll be using 1 liner for the basin area and to create the waterfall and stream bed, so it's best to install the liner so that you have a 6-inch overhang all around the basin, with the rest of the liner being used to create the waterfall and stream. On the larger kits, however, you'll have a basin liner that is separate from the waterfall and stream bed liner, as shown here. Install the basin liner so that it's square within the basin. Next, lay the excess underliner you cut off earlier on top of the liner. This will create a cushion between the liner and the matrix box to help support the weight above. Now that you have the underliner and liner installed, it's time to place the basin matrix boxes and pump canyon into position. Note that we will be installing our flexible hose up the left side of the water feature, so we have placed the pump canyon with the hole facing to the left side. Begin by laying the black flexible hose into position. Place one end of the flexible hose into the hole provided on the side of the pump canyon. Unwind the hose up towards the cascade box and cut off any excess. Using a clockwise motion, thread the check valve assembly onto the pump. Next, you'll want to set the pump inside the pump canyon and connect the black flexible hose to the pump discharge using a screw or nut driver to tighten down the hose clamps. Note the notch on the top of the pump canyon. This is where you'll bring the power cord through. The lid of the pump canyon can be easily snapped into place. Here, you'll want to fill the open areas between the matrix boxes and pump canyon with boulders. It's best to use the largest boulders near the bottom and gradually make your way up to the top with smaller boulders. Later, we'll be adding a layer of gravel to finish off the basin area. Next, using topsoil or sand, backfill all 4 sides of the basin area and pack down to prevent future settling. First, begin by cutting out the waterfall drops you'd like to create. In most cases, the soil excavated from the basin area is used to build up the waterfall and stream area. Shape the soil to create the drops you'd like. In this case, we were fortunate enough to have a nice hillside to create our waterfall, so we are cutting away portions of the hillside to create our drops. Next, level the area that the cascade box will be setting on. It's important that the box be installed level so that water spills out evenly over the waterfall weir. The Elite Cascade box is plumbed with a spin weld fitting on both ends. Your kit contains a male adapter and a threaded plug. Teflon tape the plug. If preferred, you can add a light bead of silicone to the fittings prior to installation and thread it into the spin weld on the end that you will not be using. Teflon tape the male adapter and thread it into the spin weld on the end that you will be bringing your flexible hose into. Now your cascade box is ready to be installed. Set the cascade box into position and using the PVC cement supplied, install the flexible hose into the male adapter of the cascade box. Hold it into position for 60 seconds to allow the cement to set. Note that the PVC cement supplied with the kit is a special cement that does not require the use of primer. It is recommended, however, that you first wipe off any dirt prior to using the cement. It is a good idea to check the level of the cascade box at this point and backfill with topsoil to ensure that it stays in position. Now you are ready to install the waterfall and stream liner. Lay the liner so that there's enough to overlap the basin liner by at least 6 inches, and also so that there's enough liner at the top of the waterfalls to attach to the cascade box. Trim any excess waterfall liner away, but leave enough to tuck down into the basin. Lay the basin liner up the stream bed as far as possible and then lay the waterfall liner on top of the basin liner. This will ensure water won't leak when flowing from the waterfall into the basin. In this case, we are allowing the waterfall liner to enter into the basin area and sit on top of the matrix boxes. This will bring the water farther into the center of the basin area before falling into the matrix. Next, place rockwork at the end of the stream area, either just in front of the matrix, or if you are tight on space, you can position your boulders on top of the matrix box. Complete the waterfall and stream area by adding in more rocks until completed. Don't worry if this is your first time. Let the creative juices flow. If you don't like it, move some rocks around until you do. It's really that simple. Again, be sure that the cascade box remains level throughout the process so that the water flows out evenly when finished. It's now time to attach the waterfall liner to the Elite Cascade box. Refer to the instructions supplied with the cascade box or review the bonus material on this DVD for assistance. Fold back the liner along the left and right edges of the waterfall and stream and add in soil or sand to ensure that the edges are high enough that the water won't leak out. You can trim away any excess liner, but we recommend leaving at least 12 inches along each edge and folding it back into the landscape. This will allow you to adjust if settling occurs in the future. Finish rocking the basin area and add smaller gravel to fill in the voids between the rockwork. We recommend using gravel that is 1 inch to 1.5 inches in size so that it won't fall through the panels of the matrix box. Using decorative gravel will create an even more dramatic display. Finish rocking in the area around the Cascade box, making sure not to place any rockwork that will pull away the liner from the box. At this point, you can begin filling the basin with water while you complete the rest of the steps. Along the way, it's a good idea to wash off any dust from your rockwork. Included in the kit is a can of PondBuild'n foam. This foam is used to seal in and around the rockwork. This forces the water over top of the rocks instead of around and beneath them. It greatly enhances the waterfall effect and will help to seal everything together. It's black in color and when cured can be cut away if it expands too much. Before curing completely, you can sprinkle some rock dust on the foam to disguise it. One of the coolest features on your new Cascade box is the landscape lid. This lid is used to assist you in hiding the black plastic of the Cascade box. We suggest adding in some gravel and planting creeping aquatic plants in it. Because the landscape lid has holes in the bottom of it, the root system of the plants will always have flowing water around them. Other options for using the landscape lid include mulch, gravel, slate, or driftwood. Use your imagination. Your PondBuild'n Cascade box is the only system on the market that comes complete with the landscape lid. Build up the area behind the Cascade box using rockwork and soil, or gradually slope the soil back to grade. Trim excess liner around the edges, fold remaining liner, and finish off the edge with mulch or gravel. Again, it's best to leave a little liner folded up in case of settling in the future. Finish all edges of the water feature by folding the liner and adding gravel, rocks, or mulch. Next, take a flat rock and set it on top of the pump canyon lid and surround it with gravel. This will be your identifying rock when you have to access your pump. If desired, adding aquatic plants will really help to bring your new water feature to life. Sometimes you can remove one of your boulders or rocks and put a plant in its place. This will help give your display a softer and more finished look. The last step is to clean up the scraps and remaining materials in anticipation of running the waterfall for the first time. Plug in your pump and with great satisfaction view your very own cascading falls for the first time. Move some rocks around to get the water to fall exactly the way you want it. And remember, it's your waterfall, so make it the way you like it. By now you are probably super excited to get started on creating your very own Cascading Falls water feature. So grab a shovel and go get started. Oh, and one last thing. When you get your water feature created and you want to show it off to others, snap a high-res photo and submit it on our website at www.pondbuild'n.com. We look forward to seeing your work of art on our website soon.